started with? After Guru. You start again? हरे कृष्णा वेलकम ऑल ऑफ यू सबका स्वागत है आज के सेशन में हरे कृष्णा दिस फर्स्ट टाइम
Before I came 3-4 times initially.
ओके
In between lot of gap.
दिवाली यू नो या दिख नहीं रहा
इसमें आना चाहिए।
नॉट रिक्वायर्ड okay so we have covered so many sessions and this is today's 11th session. Okay, so we'll just revise in quick so that you'll understand the link.
Initially from first 3-4 continuous.
Okay. ठीक है. So let's start with Mangalacharan. So these are prayers there. All of you can. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swamrubhakadamayam Saladi Svapadadikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrachatam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Harijana Staitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Bhada Sagana Lalita Shri Vishaka Pitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhansute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripasindhubhyaeva Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavani Acharya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna. So we are starting with today's session with dedicating this whole session to Srila Prabhupada. Because of Srila Prabhupada, we got this divine science of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. And this science of Bhagavad Gita, which goes beyond time. Bhagavad Gita was spoken 5,000 years back. And even today, it is available for all of us in as it is form, without any modification, without any change. And by the time goes, generally the message or the instructions or the even a history bears out is the effect of time. है ना? But the divine, um, the mercy of Lord Shri Krishna and efforts of the devotees, we can see, we can hear the same message that Krishna transmitted, and in the same form we can hear it. Hmm? And not just simply we can hear it, we are able to understand it also in the same manner that Krishna wanted us to understand. So we are dedicating today's session to Srila Prabhupada. And of course, we are talking about Kala Chakra today, which has a tremendous effect on all of us. And Kala Chakra. Kala Chakra is the time, the wheel of time. Of course, we have seen in the beginning of Mahabharata, मैं समय हूँ. What so it's my समय. So why this समय is so important and why समय is narrating these things? Because समय, the time is eternal entity. It's actually it's in a material world. It is ever existing. Mm. So it's ever existing and it's affecting everything. It's beyond everything. That's why the time is the supreme here in this world. And why this is supreme? We'll try to understand this, the effect and the power of time. Hmm. So when we talk about time, टाइम टाइम बोलते हैं ना, तो क्या दिमाग में आता है? वी सी दैट कि अरे नो वी फील हमारे पास बहुत समय है. We have a lot of time. When we early in the morning we get up and five मतलब in just 1 or 2 hours we have to get ready and go to the office. Presentation ready करना है, but we just keep on smoothing. अरे समय है, 1.5 घंटा है, 2 घंटे आराम से कर लेंगे. We feel that कि time is a lot, बहुत समय है हमारे पास, हमें ऐसा लगता है. And we keep on pushing and pushing and pushing, procrastination, and we find suddenly time is gone. Hmm. So we have very little time to finish the task. We have an important task to finish and we don't have time at all. We find it is very short. Of course, and when somebody sometimes we have some our near and dear and loved one which is near with us. And see the example of a boy and a girl who are in love. And when they come together, they find the time is passed so quickly. है ना? दोनों find time. अरे इतना जल्दी समय खत्म हो गया, अभी जाने का भी समय आ गया. And sometimes we have a boring lecture happening. And we find it, अरे खत्म क्यों नहीं हो रहा है? Recess का time है, भूख लगी है, and tiffin is waiting. Mommy has given us such a nice thing, invite tiffin, and no, oh God. So time passes very fast. Sometimes time passes very slow. Sometimes we use this word time. अरे time बड़ा खराब चल रहा है ना? Time खराब चल रहा है. अरे अच्छा time चल रहा है. अच्छे दिन आ गए हैं बोलते हैं. अच्छा time आ गया है. So time has different meanings also. हम्म, कभी लगता है हमें बहुत सारा समय होना चाहिए था. Sometimes we feel कि अरे we have a lot of time. We don't have time. Maybe my time is not good right now and this and that. Many ways we use this word time, and we find that time is affecting. And many times we waste our time in pushing the reels and the reels and the reels, and 1 or 2 hours is gone, and we find, "Arey, this time I would have used for something very important, productive, but my time is gone. This time is wasted." And after some time, we understand. Actually, the very successful people, they they use their time very effectively and consciously. Time is money, they say, right? Time is money. Actually, it is money, because every moment, what even it is more important than money. Any moment that we have spent cannot come back. Once it is gone, is gone. Chanakya Pandit says, there's a verse in his shlokas. So he says, even at the moment which is past, even if you give it tons of gold, you cannot take it back. You cannot purchase that the moment that you have passed. So it's very important. And this is the only commodity that we have that can be spent, but cannot be earned back. Mm. So we have to use this moment, this time very preciously, very carefully. And in our youth, we don't feel that, but we could have used this time. But when we become old, oh my God, whenever exams comes, we can think, अरे पूरा साल भर मैंने बस मस्ती किया. पढ़ाई कुछ नहीं किया है ना. But when that time we could just resolve कि अरे next year I will study very nicely. But again next year comes, अरे पूरा साल बचा है, पढ़ाई कर लेंगे बाद में, आज मस्ती करना है बस, है ना. So time is, you know, it's very skimpy. It doesn't stay with us. So perception of time is having a two effects of time. Time has a, when we see the time, uh, mostly that time has a two kind of effects on us. First thing, we see the time is eternal, absolute, hmm, two perspective, and then and we understand the time is relative. Time is eternal. Time is affecting everything and everyone. And again, we can see time is relative. Is uh, it acts differently or a different people at different way and different time. Every moment is a different effects of it. Hmm? So you see what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. This is 11th chapter, 32 shloka. Will recite this shloka. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Kalosmi Loka Kshaykrit Pravruddho Lokan Samarhartumiha Pravrutta Ritepi Tvam Na Bhavishanti Sarve ये अवस्थिता प्रत्यनिकेषु योधः. Volunteer to read the translation? You want to read? You can read loudly. Okay. Anyone? Yeah.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "Time, I am the great destroyer of the worlds, and I have come here to destroy all people, with the exception of you, the Pandavas. All soldiers here on both sides will be slain."
So Krishna says, time I am. I am the time. Time is the energy of Krishna. Swayam Krishna is the time. So people may try, I can control time, I can do this time, I can manage time. But can Krishna be managed? Krishna is supremely powerful. That's why many times people try to manage the time, people try to control the time, people try to do many things, but it goes beyond their capacity. Why? It is Krishna. Who is able to control Krishna? Who is able to? Nobody. And Krishna says, anybody who surrenders to me, they can control me. We have to surrender to Krishna. Then for them, time is accessible. Yep. We'll understand this aspect of it also. Hmm. So action of eternal time. What is eternal time does? Krishna is eternal, time is also eternal. So we have studied many things. We have in the previous classes, we have seen, we have spoken about Prakriti. Prakriti is made of five elements: earth, water, fire, air, intelligence. We have seen the karma. Those many things, how karma works, how this Prakriti works, how the modes of Prakriti works, Sattva, Raja, Tama, they affect on us. Hmm. Along with that, there's another factor which affects on us, hmm, which is the time. Hmm. So time has two effects on us. First is controller. It controls us. Hmm. And it moves and controls everything. You can see that, controlling tendency of the time is, everything has to, things has to happen in the time. If it doesn't happen on time, it goes beyond the, this one, control, or maybe it has different effects. For example, you are cooking, and in the cooking you are putting tadka, that mustard seeds you put on that, and the proper time you have to put another item, the tomatoes and all these things into that. If you don't do that, that mustard seed will get burnt and everything will get burnt smell. Time is there. That time is particular, that moment is very important when you are putting other items, when you are putting these things. Say, of course, you've not done, Mataji's know how to cook, but Prabhuji's, but you can say that experiments, experiments, some experiments are there, you have to, properly in a systematic time only you have to put, add the two instead to chemicals. If you delay it, then reaction will be different. So chemical reaction हो या फिर cooking हो, time effects on that. Time affects on that. Every time has different things, has effect on the procedures also. And again, time has the effect of a destruction. Hmm. So of course, time destroys anything you keep. Just simply keep. It will start having deteriorating effect. Take an apple. Take an apple and just keep it in one place. Nobody touches it. Nobody uses it. It will. It will become big apple, or it will become a rotten apple. It will become rotten. It will get rotten. So this is the effect of. And even if you take whatever apple, even the stones, even the stones, even by the effect of a time, it will get broken. It get destroyed. So this is the destructive effect of a time. Hmm? So the time works in the both ways. How much time it is there, how we calculate time. Hmm? So there is some calculation of time in our Vedic literature. We have a different yugas. You know, we are calculating time in a days and years and a months and the centuries and all these things. In the Vedic time, it is calculated in, time, in terms of yuga. Hmm? So we have four different yugas. What are those? Sattva Yuga, Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, and Kali Yuga. We are living into Kali Yuga. How long this Kali Yuga will last? Hmm? How long this Kali Yuga will last? Yeah, it is mentioned here. 4,32,000 years. है ना? लोग बोलते हैं अरे प्रभु जी घोर कलयुग आ गया है. घोर कलयुग means we are just in the mid of Kali but is it like that? How many times, how many days, how many years have been passed when Kali started? Just 5,000. When Krishna was the Mahabharata war, was the last moment, last event in the Kali Yuga. As soon as Mahabharata got over, Krishna left the world, Kali Yuga started. And that event is past just 5,000 years. And people say, अरे घोर कलयुग, घोर कलयुग नहीं हुआ अब तक. How many years are left out now in Kali Yuga? 4,32,000. 30,000, sorry, 4,31,500, 5,000 years maybe. So these many years are still left in Kali Yuga, and Kali Yuga will have a more drastic and ghastly effects. So this is the Kali Yuga we're talking about. And what about before that Dwapar Yuga? How long, how big it was? It is double of it. Now 1x, 2x. Dwapar Yuga is 2x. If you double that Kali Yuga time, that is Dwapar Yuga. How many years it comes? Calculation, it is already there. 8 lakhs 64,000 years approximately. This is Yuga. And then Treta Yuga is a triple of Kali Yuga. If you do that. And then Satya Yuga is a 4 times of Kali Yuga, like that. 1x, 2x, 3x, and 4x, like that. So, and not just this Kali Yuga effects are days are there, it includes the Yuga Sandhyas also. What is Yuga Sandhya? The two yugas, like come together, they get mixed. Like every yuga has some particular kind of effect. Every yuga have particular kind of qualities. Satya yuga has some qualities, Dwapar yuga has qualities, and when yuga sandhya happens, both the qualities will merge. Of course, you can see the sandhya means the joining point of the day and night, right? Suddenly it happens like suddenly day finishes and the night starts. Light switch, light off. No, it gradually turns into night. So that period is called as a sandhya, evening time, right? Dusk or dawn. This time, these are called as sandhya time. So sandhya means both the effect, day effect and night effect, both are present. So like that, Kali Yuga and the Dwapar Yuga, both the times is present. That's called a Yuga Sandhya. It happens between all the yugas. Whenever yuga change, your yuga changes, this Yuga Sandhya will be there. And now we are living into the period called Yuga Sandhya. Kali Yuga is not yet started. अगर लोग बोलते हैं ना अरे मुझे घोर कलयुग है and all the symptoms we are seeing, this is not Kali Yuga symptoms. Very few symptoms of Kali Yuga are appearing. So like that, then this kind of a 4 yugas get over. Total 4 yugas means how many? 4 lakh, 4.32 billion years. This is one Chatur Yuga. And it will keep on happening again and again and again and again. So that when this kind of how many Kali Yuga, how many Chatur Yugas will pass, and then when that is called a Manvantara, it is 70 one Divya Yugas or maybe Chatur Yugas gets over, then it's called the Manvantara. Four yugas together, it's called a Divya Yuga. And 17 Divya Yugas together is called a Manvantara. This is the one reign of a Manu. One Manu will change. Like we have Prime Minister, right? How many times, how many years Prime Minister will rule? 5 years. Like that, Manu will rule for the 71 Divya Yugas. Then he will give this charge to some other Manu. Like that, it will keep on changing. Then, like that, uh, so 14 Manvantaras they will get over. Then Brahmaji's day is over. And then Brahmaji's night will start. And that also will be of 14 Manus. So that same duration will happen. But at that time, no Manus will be there. Because there is nothing happening. Brahma's night, no creation. So like that, so 14 days of Manu, 14 Manvantaras, and the same time again is Brahmaji's one day, and that will pass on for the year of Brahmaji. And Brahmaji will live for how many years?
100 years.
100 years. And that means how many humans will take birth after birth in Brahmaji's one day? You can see this is the vastness of the time. Of course, we can see that scientists will start thinking, Earth, when Earth was created and this and that, they start thinking, scientists will always think, when everything started, ये कब शुरू हुआ है सब चीज? They start calculating carbon dating and this and that. So they can go max to max few billions years, that's all. But even though human history also they can't figure out too much. And they say how long is the human history? Maybe 2000 years. When the Christ was born, that time only humanity started and this and that. But actually, this is not the case. Even they say before that the humans were just simply staying in the jungles and all in the jungle as a caveman and all these things. That's what only they can think. And they can say, Array, today humans have done so much progress. Our modern scientific progress. How old is it? How old is it? Is it maybe 100 or 200 years old? Modern scientific progress, 200 years. Or maybe you can say Louis Pascal or Newton, 300 years, maximum 300 years back. So whatever progress we have seen is just 300 years back, 300 years progress of human uh, uh, development. But actually, humans are not existing only for those moments. We can see Brahmaji's lifespan, huge. Many generations and many civilizations would have come and destroyed in Brahmaji's one day. So Brahmaji's one day is a huge time span. Hmm. So we can see, and then our history. People talk about history and history. The King Louis one, King Louis two, King Louis three, King Charles one, Charles two, Charles three. So many people will come. But everybody people say that this is what your history is. But they turn towards our Vedic history. They don't see Charles one, Charles two, Charles three here. But our history spans much more than that. Our Vedic history. And many people say कि आपकी हिस्ट्री में तो लिंक ही नहीं लगता. But yes, our history is huge. है ना? Kings after kings would have come and gone. But this is just a simple spark in Brahma's lifespan. Even what we are seeing in this 2000 years, 4000 years, 5000 years, it's just a spark in Brahma's life. One time, one king was there. He wanted to write his name in history. है ना? So मेरा नाम हिस्ट्री में आना चाहिए. इतना बड़ा काम करना है. क्या करना चाहिए? What can I do? So you have to win the world. चक्रवर्ती सम्राट बनेगा. ठीक है, चक्रवर्ती सम्राट. उसके गुरु बोले ठीक है करो. Then he became a Chakravarti Samrat. And there was a tradition. Whoever becomes Chakravarti Samrat, he has to go to one mountain and there he has to write his name. He has to carve his name on that mountain. Big stone will be there then. And he says, okay, I have become Chakravarti Samrat now. Let me go and write my name there. And he went. There's a big stone there left out. And that he was trying to carve his name on that. And he went and he searched. No place he was able to find he could write a name. Whole stone was full of many names which were known, which were forgotten. And all of them were Chakravarti Samrat. And the Samrat came down humbly and told, yes, even I become a Chakravarti Samrat, It is insignificant. It is not kind of an extraordinary task. There are so many samratas involved. And that's why uh, our history doesn't keep record of all the Chakravarti Samratas, but our history keeps records of all those extraordinary devotees of the Lord who has done extraordinary devotion in their life. That's why our Srimad Bhagavatam records the history of the kings in Satya Yuga, but in between there is no links. अरे उसके बाद कौन आया उसके बाद lineage is not there much. Hmm? Why it is? Because there is no point in keeping all those records. Record will be huge. सिर्फ नाम से अपने किताबें भर जाएंगी. But we are recording our history. Our Vedic history records only the extraordinary devotees of the Lord. That's why this is, our life is just a spark in Brahma's lifespan. Hmm? What about our existence? कितना दिन जिएंगे हम लोग, है ना? How long we are going to live? There's a story I remember from history. It's there in the Mahabharata. The story of um, Lomasha Rishi. Lomasha Rishi was a great saint, great Rishi, but he had got a boon from Brahmaji that his lifespan will be very, very big. His lifespan will be big. It's like that. Um, Lomasha means he has got lots of hairs on his body. And when Brahma's lifespan gets over, one hair on his body will fall. And when all of hairs on his body will fall, then then only he will die. How many years, how many Brahmas he would have seen? Hmm? This is called a story of this is the Loma Rishi's pastime. And this Loma Rishi, once he was in his he was teaching his disciples. The disciples were very obliged to Maharaj, his Rishi, their Guru. There is Guru, you are teaching so much nicely. We want to do something for you. What you will do for me? We will build a hut for you. We will build a kuti for you, ashram for you, because you are staying in the staying just on the sky and under the sky. We want to build a hut for you. And Loma Rishi was telling, what the use of hut? And huts will come and go. I am going to survive more than that hut. So Loma Rishi was denied. And this Loma Rishi, and one fine day came to meet Pandavas. And everybody started paying obeisance to Loma Rishi. And they were introduced. This is a Loma Rishi. And Loma Rishi, when came to see Pandavas, that was in the Vanvasa time. And the Pandavas used to stay with so many Rishis. And Krishna also used to stay with them. Loma Rishi came and directly paid obeisance to Krishna. And he says, of course, you understand that I am a long lasting and long living person, but the person who is roaming around you, he is he is beyond the scope of a time. He is beyond, he is supreme personality of Godhead, Krishna personally himself with you. He is the supreme God with you. And he paid obeisance to Krishna. And people are thinking, Hare Krishna, he's just a young boy with us, 14, 15 years old boy like that, thinking. So, yeah. So this is what a story of long lasting time. Of course, there's another story in the Puranas. They speak about King Raivata. There's a King Raivata in our history. He was very, very valiant and brave king. And he was so brave and so expert in fighting wars. Anybody remember Raivata Muni's story? Raivat Maharaj? Didn't heard? Okay, I will tell his daughter's name, then you'll understand. Okay, so Raivat Muni was a very valiant king, and even he was so brave and so powerful that even demigods used to come and ask his help. Once he went to help the demigods to fight their war. So he went along with his family. He went to Swargaloka. He fought the war, long war, and his time was to come back. Okay, he said, okay, Indra, time is over. Let me go back now to take care of my kingdom. And Indra says, Hare, what are you talking about your kingdom? You came here and you are fighting the war. Such a long span happened. There was a yugas passed on the earth. Your kingdom is not lasting. There is no kingdom there. Nothing is left out. Then what to do? And he said, okay, but I am here, and then my daughter is also there with me. So who will marry my daughter? Because he came in the Satya Yuga. Now Kali Yuga has come. So who will marry? So his daughter, and he and his daughter came and they say, okay, your daughter will marry. So Lord personally will come. What is daughter's name? Daughter's name is just tell me daughter's name.
But she marries Balram.
Good. Name doesn't remember, huh? Okay. So he comes back, and that time particularly Kali Yuga was Drevati. This Gapa Yuga
Taps her head with his plowshare and
love. And that's how now you can understand from this this story that time affects differently in a different lokas. Prithvis, we have a different time. Swargas, their time passes differently. And Brahmaloka time passes differently. In this way, we understand the relativity of time, this effect is already known and we are experiencing in this particular way. Hmm? So, we are very short time. And if you compare all these things, our life is very short and small. If you see example, you see our life is of 100 years, 100 human years, and we say that ki, "Arey, if you compare our lifespan with a mosquito, what is the lifespan of a mosquito?
1 day. 1 month.
1 day,
1 month.
1 month. Like the larva period and this that वगैरह become mosquito lies. Now 1 month is the standard. Any other insect which is smaller than that? And how many days? 7 days. 15 days. 7 days, something like that around. Hmm. So the one ant, when she ants meets you, she says, "अरे प्रभु जी, he is living so long, he's eternal. ये तो अमर है, हाँ, he's eternal." But actually, are we eternal? No. But when we see Brahmaji's lifespan, we say that we think that अरे Brahmaji's lifespan is so long, Brahmaji's अमर है, and that's why Hiranyakashipu also understood. अरे Brahmaji's lifespan is eternal, Brahmaji तो अमर, because he is not dying. So many kings have come. But actually, Brahma is not eternal. Even demigods are not eternal. They have their lifespan. Hmm. So, but everybody has their beginning and their end. Even demigods have their beginning and their ends. Now, there is one shloka, there is one particular section in Bhagavatam. This one is Bhumi Gita. Mother Earth sings a song. What Bhumi Gita, Mother Earth sings, she says, there are so many kings, इतने सारे राजा आए और चले गए. They fought for me. मेरे लिए उन्होंने युद्ध किए. They fought wars for me to take control of me. And now they are simply lying peacefully in a stay. What is it? Stay in peace, something like
Rest in peace.
that. They are simply resting in a peace under me. So this is the Bhumi Gita she speaks about. They're just we have such a short time, but we fight for that. Hmm? So these are the 4 yugas we're talking about. The 4 yugas: Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, and Kali Yuga. They have a different time span, and they have different effects also. You know? So time, even these yugas, they have different kinds of effects on the people who are staying into that particular time, and their body, their health also is different. In Satyuga, they say people used to live for the lakhs of years, minimum 1 lakh year, like compared to us, 1 lakh year they used to live. Their bodies also used to be very strong and stout, and they used to endure so much things.
Rama ruled Ayodhya for 60,000.
Yeah. What yuga?
Treta Yuga.
Treta Yuga. So Treta Yuga people used to live for multiple thousand years. And Dwapar Yuga people used to live for minimum 1,000 years. And then in Kali Yuga, 10 gone, 100 years. But that also not. People are dying just only in 40 years. That's all. Just gym करते करते आदमी खत्म. कल देख रहा था, अरे प्रभु जी इतना अच्छा है, सुबह देख रहे प्रभु जी नहीं रहा. है ना? अरे अभी तो आया था. He was so young and so people wonder. Kali Yuga lifespan will be keep on reducing, and it says that at the end of Kali Yuga, lifespan will remain only for the 20 years. 20 years में सब कुछ खत्म हो जाएगा. बच्चे पैदा होंगे, then they will grow up, they will have their kids, and they will become old, and they will die. This is just in the span of 20 years. At the end of Kali Yuga, it will be like this. And their heights also will get reduced. 2 feet. That's all. That grown up man will be 2 feet. How tall you are? 5 feet. You're still taller. Huh? Yeah, 5 feet. Seriously. 5.2, or 7. So not just simply the lifespan, the health also will be different. Because Kali Yuga, the Treta Yuga, and Satya Yuga people have a very very strong health, so that they could do strong tapasya. Hiranyakashipu did tapasya for how many years in Satya Yuga? 3,000 years. Hiranyakashipu. है ना? Like that, people they will have a great strength to do tapasya, and they will endure nicely. Fasting करना ये करना तो बड़ी बात नहीं है. How many of you can do fasting? निर्जल fasting हो सकता है मेरे से. निर्जल fasting कर सकते हो ना? मतलब 1 दिन, 2 दिन, 3 दिन, 1 day you can do once in a year at least, है ना? But सत्ययुगा people were so, मतलब अरे किसको पूछेंगे, अरे प्रभु जी आए हैं हमारे घर में, खाना वाना खाया कि नहीं? हाँ हाँ खाया था 6 महीना पहले. They were not bothered, just they were so much engrossed into tapasya. Tapasya करने वाले for doing tapasyas and their activities were so, their body was so cooperative. Now एकादशी आ गया, प्रभु जी एसिडिटी होता है, प्रभु जी एकादशी नहीं कर पाएंगे. हाँ, our body, our Kaliuga health is not so supportive for tapasya at all. Minimum tapasya for Kaliuga is mentioned that get up in the morning, do Mangalarti, chant 16 rounds, follow 40 principles. Even if somebody can do this, we can consider that he is the great tapasvi. Doing one thing again and again and again and again and regularly, big tapasya. थोड़ा चीज करने मतलब एक सब्जेक्ट वी आर रीडिंग फॉर हाफ एन आवर वी गेट बोर्ड. तपस्या है एक सब्जेक्ट को मतलब 6 महीना पढ़ना है. चैलेंज. So the bodies in the other yugas were conducive or maybe supportive for doing the different things. You know, health is deteriorating, height is deteriorating, even strength is deteriorating. You know, how many of you gone to Panharagarh, Maharashtra? There is a statue of Tanaji Malusare. Correct? Tanaji Malusare, Bajiru Deshpande. And they say that it is a life-size statue of him. Stand in front of it, you will feel like you are a dwarf in front of him. है ना? Imagine there was a hero in our film industry, Bollywood. The strongest hero in our Bollywood industry was Prithviraj Kapoor. No comparison for that. आज के जो ऋतिक पीते हैं उसके सामने कुछ नहीं है. पृथ्वीराज कपूर was a strongest hero. Anybody has seen पृथ्वीराज कपूर? कौन से मूवी में देखा था उसको? मुगल आजम. The story of मुगल आजम only. मुगल आजम के the fight in the war scene, Mughal Azam was playing the role of Akbar. He was playing the role of Akbar and he was getting ready for the war. And they say in the director said you have to wear the armor and the weapons you have to take. So we'll make it duplicate. He says no, why duplicate? I'm a very strong person. I'll wear original one. किसका लेके आएंगे original? उसके size का height का अगर कोई मिलना चाहिए तो at least for his sake they bought some Tipu Sultan's the armors and all this, they bought it only for the shooting purpose. And this guy, not so far. Tipu Sultan, how many years back? 200, 300 years back. That's all. And it's Prithviraj Kapoor wearing the whole armor, taking the weapons and in his hands. He sat and he wore everything. He could not get up from his chair. He could not get up. So this is how the situation. Just after 4,400 years, 300 years afterwards, we are not able to use even the weapons that were used by our ancestors. Anybody has seen Shivaji Maharaj Talwar? How many kgs? Not 12 kgs. You imagine to take this Talwar and wield it and kill somebody. उठाने को नहीं होगा, है ना? So our energy is gone, our strength is gone. So this is the effect of Kali Yuga. Even whatever about the health, your consciousness is gone. It is said that our ability to tolerate is also is gone. Our ability to do a charity and dharmikta is also reducing. There is one story, not a story, it's a joke. In the Satya Yuga, people used to be very, very pious and very charitable. दान देने में बहुत एक्सपर्ट होते थे, है ना? वो 100% उनका इनकम जो था वो भगवान को देते थे. They used to give all 100% income to the service of the Lord. कुछ रखते नहीं थे. everything. But after Satyuga, Yuga transformed. Which Yuga came? Treta Yuga. They wanted to keep something reserved for them. So, okay, I will give 50%. So they will used to draw a line and they will throw their wealth, they throw their monies, and whatever comes this side is mine, whatever goes that side is God's. And they said, okay, तो बहुत ज़्यादा हो रहा है क्या करेंगे? They just put in the center, they draw a circle, and they just throw everything in the air. Whatever goes outside is the God's, whatever comes inside is for me, simply. And now the Kali Yuga, people have become so miser, so miser. So they forgot to draw the circle also. They just throw money into the air. Whatever gods they will catch it on. Whatever drops is for me. So we will, of course, this is a joke, but no, it's like people have become so miser. You know, for the charity, for the sake of the for the sake of the God, or for the humanity, we are we are not able to spend anything for others. And we are so compassion is gone. So it is said that Kali Yuga, dharma is standing only on one leg. That in the Satya Yuga, dharma was standing on the four legs. What are the four legs of dharma? Satya, ahimsa, daya, and tapasya. So these all four legs were present in Satya Yuga. And the one yuga passed on, passed on, passed on. One leg gone. Satya gone. Satya is not gone. Daya gone. Austerity is gone. What is that another one? Hmm? Tapasya is gone. Only Kali Yuga, one leg dharma is standing, which is Satya. And that's why at least we are talking about Satyameva Jayate and all these things, right? You know, we can tolerate that somebody is not doing tapasya. Somebody is not doing tapasya, okay, fine, चलता है, ये बूढ़ा हो गया, ये वो वगैरह बोल सकते हैं, है ना, बच्चे हैं, they can't do. But somebody telling lie, not allowed, punish करो इसको, है ना. सत्य telling lies even today in the Kali Yuga is not tolerated. That means Satya in Kali Yuga, Satya is still alive. Hmm? So in the Kali Yuga also, as the time passes, the qualities also deteriorate or change. Time affects our consciousness also. Time affects our qualities, bodily qualities. All this is talking about. Right? Even the daytime, we have seen that how even day passes, the even mood also changes. Early in the morning, you have a very fresh mood. You are very healthy. Whenever you want to go for the walk and jog and all these things. Hmm? But evening, night time, anybody goes for the jog in the night time? They can go for the stroll, that's all, but not for the exercise and all these things. And studies we can do in the morning. Any share market opens in the midnight 12 o'clock? No, they don't want. Night 12 o'clock is the time for the party. Pubs and discotheques will be running there. The time has a different effects and different things will work on different times. Hmm? So in this way, what Prabhupada speaks about time. Hmm? Anybody wants to read a quote of Sri Prabhupada from Mataji's side? Yeah.
The body is subject to six kinds of transformation. It takes its birth from the womb of mother's body, remains for some time, grows, produces some effects, gradually dwindles, and at last vanishes into oblivion. The soul, however, does not go through such changes.
Yeah. So the comparison between the body and the soul. Of course, body it goes through different changes. Six changes they say: birth, growth, maintenance, and reproduction, and then the dwindle and death. So all these six effects will be seen on the body. Body, and because of that only we are able to perceive the time. But the time can be perceived in this world through the change of the season, change in the body, change in the even a deterioration, the way of deterioration. How they do carbon dating, that is also because of the deterioration of the carbon isotopes in the particular thing. So they calculate the time for these things, deterioration. The time has a deteriorating effect on this all. So time is uh, time is affecting the body, but time cannot affect the soul. Hmm? Soul is beyond the jurisdiction of the time. It will remain as it is. Hmm? So when until the time we are connecting ourselves to this body, and we are thinking that yes, I'm a body, time will be keep on affecting us. But as soon as we think that yes, if we come to the realization that I'm a soul, hmm, we understand that yes, we are eternal. Hmm. Okay. And then many times people say कि अरे टाइम टाइम है हमारे पास, भक्ति कर लेंगे, ये कर लेंगे. When we talk about अरे our main goal of the life is itself a bhakti or realization of Krishna. But people don't have time for that. When we call, our volunteers are there. So when they called people, अरे प्रभु जी Gita class is there, please come. प्रभु जी time नहीं है. Some different plans are there. That is there. That is. So bhakti always takes a second priority. People think that yes, we can do it later also, है ना? But that later will never come. Hmm? So Prahlad Maharaj says in his teachings in Bhagavatam, he says कि प्रायण अल्पायुष्य शब्द. We have to do this bhakti at the age of 5. How old are you? 10. So late. 5 years old only you have started. How old are you? 8. Till 3 years late. Bhakti has started at a early age. Hmm? And of course, we are what we are talking about then. We may ask all of you 30, 40, 50, 60. We are just starting now. You know? Once one brahmachari joined our ashram. I think I told this story back. And his father, parents, everybody came. अरे क्या कर दिया आपने इसको, बाबा बना दिया, सन्यासी बना दिया. You know, he's not sannyasi, he's brahmachari only. But still, they are so upset कि इसको कैसे भक्ति में लेके आए हो. इसका तो his time is to enjoy, his time is to do this that वगैरह वगैरह. अरे क्यों इसको मतलब ये कर दे, इसका समय है क्या? तो एक प्रभु जी ने हमारे गौरांग रूप में पूछने लगे कि फिर when he should do this, अरे जब मेरे जैसा बूढ़ा हो जाएगा ना, तब इसने करना चाहिए. तो प्रभु जी बोले ठीक है, इसको जाने दो, आप रुक जाओ. तो प्रभु के फादर बोले ठीक है, मैं कल आके बताता हूँ, पूछ के बताता हूँ. The boy was adamant, but why he didn't went? Father went and next day come back. अरे नहीं बच्चे को रहने दो. प्रभु जी मुझे कब आ रहे हो आप? नहीं बच्चे को रहने दो. लेकिन कोई प्रॉब्लम तो बता देना हमारे को बस. So people still don't, even they become old, they don't think that it is my time to dedicate myself for bhakti. Hmm? So still they think, even they become old, they think that yeah, I have enough time for bhakti, I can do it later on also. We say कि अरे भक्ति और भगवत गीता बाद में पढ़ लेंगे. Have you seen Bhagavad Gita? What, how much kg Bhagavad Gita? One Bhagavad Gita is one book Bhagavad Gita. Weight कितना होता है? उठा के देख लो, I think पता चलेगा. I've seen, all of you have seen Bhagavad Gita. 1 kg at least, minimum 1 kg book is this. है ना? English वाला तो 1 kg हो गया, हिंदी वाला थोड़ा मतलब हल्का है. है ना? So 1 kg book. अरे आप बूढ़े हो जाओगे, you will become old, and you will not able to hold Bhagavad Gita in a hand. बूढ़े होने के बाद hands will shiver. उस समय भगवता पकड़ के पढ़ोगे. Eyes will have big spectacles bigger than this. Will you be able to see that? नहीं हो पाएगा. So this is a time, youth or maybe young age is a time when we can read it. Should not waste my time into these things. Hmm? So time, what time does? This is a very nice picture, na? Time is nothing. Time does everything. It's not everything. Hmm? So how serious we are for our spiritual progress in our life? How serious are we? Just spending our time into doing nothing or wasting a time only for a sense enjoyment? Hmm? There is nothing we are going to get with that. Our progress, the real progress in our life is how much closer we are getting to Krishna. Otherwise, we are taking so many births again, birth after birth after birth, and doing the same thing again and again. Hmm? And like Brahmaji's lifespan, we are so many births, so many humans will come and go, but we will not achieve anything. Hmm? So how long we have to do this again? How long we have to take birth again and again and again? Better let us finish the business right away, right now. Hmm? So we can see how long we have. How long we have? We don't know how much time we have. Parshit Maharaj, at least he knew that he has 7 days to pass away. He has 7 days to die. है ना? But how many days you have left out? बच्चे बोलेंगे प्रभु जी अभी तो मैं बच्चा हूँ. But we don't, you know, when you go to the bathroom and you open the tap, water falls, and when water falls in the bucket, and in that bucket, some bubbles will come up. Observe those bubbles. Can you decide? Can you determine how long this bubble will stay? You can't say. One bubble is that टप करके खत्म हो जाएगा. Some bubbles will last little longer. Some bubbles will last in very short time. Human life is also like that. We don't know, how much time we have. Young age, मतलब बच्चे, छोटे, बड़े, बूढ़े. Nobody knows how much time we have. Even somebody saying, Prabhuji, I am very fit. I go to gym every day. We have seen this news many times ना. Gym करते करते बंदे मतलब आज है मतलब जिम while doing gym only gym is a place where they can be healthy but that place only they are losing their lives. Reasons may be anything but yes there is no certainty of life. So why we should wait for the spiritual realizations, why we should wait for the spiritual knowledge? Let's do it right away right now. People talk about it no. Okay. I will give you something. So is there anything that grows with the time? So this is time has a destructive effect we have seen, right? But something which grows with the time, this is what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. Very read this shloka. Neha bhikrama nashosti pratyavayo na vidyate swalpamapyasya dharmasya Prayate Mahato Bhayat. Some Prabhujis would like to read. Yep. You should be sitting on Prabhuji's side then. Next time. Okay.
In this winter,
Endeavor.
there
क्या
is
बोल
no,
सकते हैं? The battery is down. You can simply loudly speak. That's it. Loudly speak. This mic is gone.
there is no loss of
Diminution.
because advancement on the part can protect one from the most dangerous type of fear.
So in this endeavor, there is no loss or diminution. What is this endeavor we are talking about? Krishna says, in this endeavor, there is no loss. Everything is deteriorates. Our bank balance also deteriorate. अब बोलेगा आपका पैसा बैंक में सेफ है ना? Do you think that your money is safe in a bank? Huh? No. Bank also, that money also deteriorates their value. Its value is lost. But Hare Krishna, Jai Shri Ramakrishna Mahaprabhu. So what is that where our money, our endeavor, our efforts will grow day after day? What is that? So this is called as spiritual endeavor. Any endeavor which is done into spiritual path, it is not lost. Punya. Punya, we are not talking simply about punya. We are talking about a spiritual endeavor. Adhyatmic credits. Material credit and adhyatmic credit. Material credit will get lost, will get reduced. Even our karma is not a permanent thing. Karma is also have some lifespan. Karma means if you do something, you have reactions, and reactions when you suffer those reactions, karma is over. That's all. Karma has a very lifespan. But there is something which called as pious credit, or maybe we can call it as the bhakti credits, which have long-lasting effect. It is never destroyed. That's what Krishna says. Neha bikrama nashoti. Whatever activities is done in the progress of spirituality, not punya, spirituality. Not bhakti mein jab, whenever we go ahead, that progress is never destroyed. Whatever studies, uh, uh, whatever things, whatever knowledge we have gone right now, it will get destroyed, right? है ना? कल परसों जो पढ़ा था हमारे दिमाग से चला जाएगा. Even it happens. Okay, ठीक है, forget it. Now that's even after some time you get a graduate, you get 10 standard, 11 standard, 12 standard, you can graduate. Your graduation degree, how long it will last? Graduation is forever, right? Is it forever? Okay, after you die, take birth again, and again you say, last birth I have done a graduate from the MIT. Give me the job in the Google. Huh? Will they allow? No, again you have to go back to kindergarten, nursery, and what is that? After that, first standard, second standard, teacher का मार खाना पड़ेगा. Everything we have to do. Nothing left. Everything has to be done again. But the spiritual credits, they will be carried forward. Last but whatever progress you have done, which can be credited now, which can be, you can start from there. You know, we have seen that sometimes some devotees, some people will take a lot and lot of time to get convinced. Arey Bhagavad Gita padho, do some bhakti and this and that. People will get long time to get convinced. अरे भगवान है कि नहीं, ये समझाने के लिए 7 days गीता कोर्स करना पड़ता है. But there are some people in the world, we just say, Hare Prabhuji, take this Bhagavad Gita, we just go on the streets now, no? It is a Gita marathon going on. So somebody takes Bhagavad Gita है क्या? हाँ है. ले लो फिर से एक बार ले लो. Yes, Prabhuji, I will take it. They will just with their full faith, they will take Bhagavad Gita, they will read Bhagavad Gita, immediately they will have faith on Krishna. They you say, Hare Prabhuji, chant Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhuji, I will chant Hare Krishna. They don't have to do so much effort on that. Why? They are already convinced that Krishna exists, and why they are already convinced that I should do bhakti. उनको कोई कोर्स नहीं करना पड़ा गीता कोर्स का. So some people into even today after 11 12th class I'm telling Prabhuji जपमाला लिया क्या? नहीं प्रभुजी. So much effort have to do, है ना? So how many of you have जपमाला? Yes. If you don't have माला, please take it quickly. I'll not ask opposite question. और जिसको समझ में आ गया समझ लीजिए. Take mala quickly and start chanting. So of course, why this happens that some people take it very quickly to have a faith on the God, and some people take a lots and lots of time. जिंदगी में कुछ ऐसा उल्टा सीधा होना चाहिए तभी जाके होता है. Sometimes people will ask me, प्रभु जी, you become brahmachari, how it happened? कुछ लाइफ में गड़बड़ हो गया था क्या प्रभु जी? They ask, they feel that sometimes some in the life some danger thing happens or maybe some kind of a sadma lag jata hai, तभी भगवान की तरफ आते हैं. If you want to wait for that, wait for that. But sometimes people get convinced simply that just logic से या फिर भगवान को श्रद्धा आ जाती है, they accept it, है ना? Why this happens? Because their previous lives progress into this bhakti will carry forward into this birth also. They will easily, I was to base that time. We were preaching in Manata Tekpagar somewhere, all these places. In one place, we had one small room there, and room was into some kind of a low class area. गरीब लोग वहाँ पे रहते थे. And these people, they started knowing that these boys, they are staying in our vicinity every day to do aarti, puja, chanting वगैरह करते हैं. They knew that we are from IT companies and we are earning a lot. ये उनको पता था. But still, there was a flower seller lady staying in front of our home. She had a shop there. So whenever I used to go there, she used to give flowers for free for me. She knew that I'm earning a lot, but still she will give. Why? Because you are using it for the God's purpose. She's a flower seller. People will use it for the God's purpose only, right? But still, she used to give me for free because she was having a faith that these people are saintly people. So that's why the people have faith. Why? I was wondering why she's having so much faith on Krishna and Bhakti and all these things. Why she's doing so much? Because her previous past credits is affecting now. So Nihabik Ramanashwasti, I was realizing this Nihabik Ramanashwasti shloka from there. Yes, she doesn't need to do all this because she has already passed all those stages, and now she has come to that level. Yes, she's simply accepting Krishna as a God. Okay, so okay, so whatever sadhana, whatever bhakti, whatever chanting we are doing it now is never get destroyed. Whatever Hare Krishna Mahamantra we are chanting, it sustains there. Even somebody says, if somebody says Hare Krishna Mahamantra half in this life and half he says in the next life, it is considered completed. Like that Krishna accepts it. Sadhana also is there. Our sadhana credits will never get destroyed. So where I should invest? When we invest our money, we are very cautious, right? We invest our money into the bank, which is going to be closed in the year. Would you like to put their money there? You would like to invest your money into those shares of the company which is going to go bankrupt, is going to file a bankruptcy in few days. Would you like to put your money there? No, definitely not. So, but would you like to invest your money into those shares in the company which is going to last forever? Or maybe it's not going to get into lost. You like to use that when you want to invest in that company, right? And what is that company, The company of the soul. If you invest on the soul, that investment is forever. If you invest on the body, it is just for few years. Just for maybe 10, maybe 15 years. We invest on the beauty. We have seen in the Korea and all these people, they invest their whole money into beautifying themselves. Western countries, they do it a lot. Beautify this. They just want to become beautiful, that's all. But how long that will last? Just for 20 years max to max. That's all, not more than that. So investing on the body or anything connected to the body is investing into the bank which is going to get bankrupt. But we have to look for the soul. Hmm? And then people say, Prabhuji, I don't have time at all, Prabhuji. So for that, this is a nice video. This is a time management video, okay? Yeah. So, ಇದು ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದವನು ರಿಮೋಟ್ ಇಟ್ಟಿವಿ Bluetooth play Bluetooth button you press it. Mode button is it. The remote is here. Remote. Coming? Okay. Whichever number. But simply that's it. Done.
There's a well-known story about a university professor who wanted to make a point about how we make the most of our time. The professor stood before his class with some items in front of him. When the class began, without speaking, he picked up a large empty jar and proceeded to fill it with rocks about 2 inches in diameter. He then asked the students if the jar was full. They agreed that it was full. So the professor then picked up a box of pebbles and poured them into the jar. He shook the jar lightly and watched as the pebbles rolled into the open areas between the rocks. The professor then asked the students again if the jar was full. They chuckled and agreed that it was indeed full this time. The professor picked up a box of sand and poured it into the jar. The sand filled the remaining open areas of the jar. Now, said the professor, I want you to recognize that this jar signifies your life. The rocks are the truly important things, such as family, health, and relationships. If all else was lost and only the rocks remained, your life would still be meaningful. The pebbles are the other things that matter in your life, such as work or school. The sand signifies the remaining small stuff and material possessions. If you were to put sand into the jar first, there is no room for the rocks or the pebbles. The same can be applied to your lives. If you spend all your time and energy on the small stuff, you will never have room for the things that are truly important. Pay attention to the things in life that are critical to your happiness and well-being. Take time to look after your health, play with your children, go for a run, write a letter to your grandmother. There will always be time to go to work, clean the house, or watch TV. Take care of the rocks first. The things that really matter, set your priorities. The rest is just pebbles and sand.
Yeah. It's a very nice message, right? So the thing which are very, very valuable and important in our life, we don't spend time for that. We spend time for all those things which are very, very useless, which are not required. Driving the scrolling the reels and having the fun in the life and all these things. To have the fun and have the entertainment, it can be automatically be done. उसके लिए कोई effort डालने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती. Whenever important things like big stones are taken care properly, everything else will find their place very, very properly. If we take care of important things in our life, like giving time to our parents, giving time to your children, giving time to yourself in the terms of character building. So that if we have all these things properly, then yes, everything else will fall into proper places. But instead of giving time to those important things, we just simply rush behind something which is not important. We will lose everything. So, what is most important thing in our life? Our soul. If you forget about our soul and look at everything else, then it will have big emptiness. So, how to effectively utilize our time? Of course, we had one video there right now, but yes, this is an important shloka from Bhagavad Gita. We'll read this. ब्रह्मभूत प्रसन्नात्मा न शोचति न कांक्षति समः सर्वेषु भूतेषु मद्भक्तिं लभते. Prabhuji's translation. Let kids know, only elders. Okay, Prabhuji ने पढ़ा था ना, माता जी का टाइम है अभी. Okay, go. Mic नहीं.
One who is thus struck and fundamentally situated at once, realizes the supreme Brahma and becomes fully joyful. He never laments or desires to have anything. He is equally disposed toward every living entity. In that state, he attains pure devotional service unto me.
Yeah. So the two important things which signifies a material person is shochati, kamshati. Shochati means the worry. सोचना मतलब शोक करना. He worries. कामशति मतलब desire करना. To desire. So they what material person he does is he'll always be worrying about past and always desiring for something to happen in future. They always be in the past tense and the future tense, and in the present they will be always sad. In a corporate world, they speak about the one phenomenon, right? Be here now, be in the present. Heard about it? Be in the present. And somebody who is in the present, who tries to live in the present, he will be the most productive person. And somebody is always in a dreaming state, he will not be so productive. You know? It's very important. So, Sochati Kamshati is the thing, like being in the present, past and being in the future. But we forget about to be in the present. Hmm? So, thinking about past and future will give only the shoka and the lamentation for us. But the practice of spirituality is to be in the present. We are chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. This is actual practice how to stay ourselves awake, alert every moment. है ना? So whenever when we are present, है ना? When we are in a class, teacher is speaking, and we are thinking of something else, everything will go off. How many of you are listening to me? हाँ, जिसने हाथ नहीं ऊपर उठाया. Yes, it happens. But yeah, so being present is very important in a class or maybe when you're the family. When somebody is there with you talking, or you are talking to somebody and he's thinking about something else, how will you feel? Either you will feel offended, or maybe you will feel, अरे इसको मेरी कीमत ही नहीं है, चले जाने दो. Then the relationship will break, or relationship will not become so strong. But when you are in a discussion and a conversation, you are actively participating, asking questions, nodding your head, and all these things. So the relationship will become stronger and thicker, and the discussion also will become more and more interesting happening. So that's why be here now, or maybe be present in every moment is important. Hmm? So right, if you want to increase your productivity, or maybe uh, all these things also into that. Very important. So all the spiritual practices are for that purpose only. So when we are chanting Hare Krishna mantra, what is the real? What is a trick for chanting Hare Krishna mantra? Don't think about anything else. Just hear the mantra. This is a real practice to keep our intelligence, our consciousness into the present tense, right here, right now. And that practice does, then this practice can help you to be present in all your day and all times in your life. You know? So this is the practice. When your japa is perfect, your japa is strong, and when your japa and your chanting has gone as perfectly fine, whole day will be competent. Hmm? So that's why we do so many activities. The arti do when we are doing arti, that time also we are not just simply arti घुमा के भागना है. नहीं, when we are doing arti, that time we are just observing Krishna's body, Krishna's lotus feet. We are observing Krishna's waist. We are observing Krishna's face. We are observing Krishna's smile. We are observing Krishna's beautiful eyes there. है ना? So every body part of Krishna we are observing, meditating on that. This is the practice to be in the present. And when we are practically, literally thinking of Krishna, we do all these activities. Yes, we'll get lots and lots of bliss. Hmm? So, hmm, so why we are thinking but always we keep on thinking about the past and future. Why? Even though we know that here I have to be here, I have to be present, I have to be live, you know. So why we go into past and future? Any reasons? Mostly we do it because we expect a result in our life. We do everything with some expectations. मैं ये कर रहा हूँ because I will get lots of gain. I do this because I will give something back to me. When we do things with expectations, we always hanker for the result. And we don't get results, we'll cry, lament for that. Hmm. So that's why Bhagavad Gita speaks about karmanyeva dhikaraste ma phalifipajana. Why is Krishna speaking about it? Forget about the fruit. Don't work for the fruit. Now result, एग्जाम कैसा आएगा, अच्छा सिंपल पेपर आएगा कि नहीं आएगा, क्रैक करूंगा कि नहीं करूंगा, ये वो, so many questions will get. But Krishna says forget all these things. Just be here now. Focus on your duty right now. मेरा job है, मेरा काम है study करना. I should study it. I should not forget. I should not bother about कि एग्जाम में कौन सा पेपर कौन सा क्वेश्चन आएगा. My job is to study. And I use my 100% time for that purpose. Then whatever questions may come. So same thing can happen in every part of the life. Every part of life. Everything, whatever we are doing it, we just have to focus on my duty. When parents are giving culturing, giving education to their children, they don't think कि अरे बच्चा आगे जाके बड़ा बनेगा ये बनेगा. No, they think only because this is my duty to cultivate good qualities in my children. They don't think ये करेंगे तो मेरा बच्चा मेरे बुढ़ापे की लाठी बनेगा. Anybody thinks like that? No, that is not I'm thought at all for the parents. They just do it for the love, which for the sake of their, because it's their duty. That's all. Hmm? So that's why Krishna says focus on the work, not on the result of it. And now concluding part of this. Hmm? If you make a time for the spiritual practice, all the things will fall into place. This is most important thing. Our life rotates based on this axis of spirituality. If we do this properly, everything will take its own proper shape and place. Now we have committed, yes, I will chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra every day in the morning, every day. But if we do it properly in the morning, the whole day will go confident and blissful. Everything will, Prabhupada used to say, anybody who can chant 16 rounds in the morning, he can achieve anything in the world. It is very strong words of Srila Prabhupada. Says if somebody can chant 16 rounds committedly, he can do anything in the world. Hmm? So this is how this spiritual practices empowers us. Hmm? And primary aspects of spiritual practices are chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, holy names of the Lord, reading Bhagavad Gita regularly. That's why we are having Gita Jayanti month. We encourage all of us to keep Bhagavad Gita with you. How many of you have Bhagavad Gita with you? Okay, how many of you don't have Bhagavad Gita with you? Yes, just take it. So this is the discounted time going on. So you can take Bhagavad Gita, Krishna book, and read it regularly. And hearing from the pure devotees, that's how we come to the classes. We hear about Bhagavad Gita and attending the satsang. We have a small programs, house programs happening in the devotees' houses. So you will get the invitees, our Rishi Prabhu and other devotees who are mentor right now. So they'll be conducting the programs in their homes. So we can attend those programs for the satsanga. Satsanga means not simply अरे अच्छा devotee इसके घर में जाएंगे, अच्छा devotee नहीं इसके घर में नहीं. Satsanga means anybody who is practicing Krishna consciousness at whatever stage he may be, you just have to associate with them. Not only for the sannyasis आएंगे तो ये उनके घर में जाएंगे नहीं तो नहीं जाएंगे नहीं. Anybody. It's just your neighbor who is chanting Hare Krishna mantra is a sadhu. You have to accept and you have to take his association. Satsanga, that is Satsanga. Whatever time spent on these activities, it is not lost but worth. ठीक है? Hare Krishna. Any questions? Questions? Yes, please.
There it's written hearing from pure devotees. How can I find pure devotees?
Pure devotees. Srila Prabhupada is pure devotee. You can hear his classes regularly. Now, reading Bhagavad Gita, which is written by Srila Prabhupada, reading that also is like a hearing from the pure devotees. Okay. And many times we'll be inviting many senior devotees here You can come and listen from them. Every Sunday coming here for the classes is like a hearing for the beauty. Okay. Any other topics about time? Questions about time?
What is time?
What is time? That's what we discussed right now. Time is Krishna's energy. Time is Krishna himself. Yes, Guruji. Loma Sharapshi. He's still there. Even Vyasadeva is still there. He's not dead. He's there. Madhvacharya, a few thousand years back, he went and met Vyasadeva. These rishis, they have their lifespan and they stay and doing meditation on the Lord. They spend their maximum time into that. Long lifespan, they use it for a very important purpose. No, he's not a Chiranjeevi. Chiranjeevi is different. Chiranjeevi is they have a long lifespan and they're going to live long. But he is not among the Chiranjeevi. He says, I have a life, I have a birth, I have a death. Like once there was a story of incident of Walt Disney. Walt Disney was about to die. He built Disney World. He built so many different projects. But when he was a very wealthy person and he was about to die, he told doctors, "Can you take my whole wealth, but give me at least 3 years so that I can complete my few projects?" Doctor said, "Even if you go give us a whole wealth, we cannot give you even 3 minutes." So that was his thing. Even doctor wanted, but he wanted, but he could not. We have big plans, but we spend all these things just for the sake of anything very trifling. We don't worry about spiritual realizations, and spiritual awakening, developing our consciousness. We are struggling with so many things, so many kama, krodha, logo, moha, and matsarya. We don't bother to win over them. We don't spend our time for that, but we spend time into the all the activities which are going to aggravate those problems. We do work on that. At least before we die, let me win over those calamities. ठीक है? Hare Krishna. ठीक है? Let us close our presentation here today and let's go towards